Good afternoon. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can find us on television, channel 182, on Charter Communications and Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Thanks to you, and thanks to our sponsors, and to our awesome guests we have on here periodically. You guys are making the show a success, and we definitely appreciate that. So I did receive an email from Nancy. And Nancy said, do you have anything in a homemade product that would be a decongestant? And because they're afraid of the medicines, that are out there, and they want to know what goes inside their body. Yeah, I do. I got a good one. This is a decongestant right here. You can see what it looks like. It's beautiful. And it's very liquidy. Now I could make a syrup out of it if I wanted to, but I don't want to because I don't want to take the qualities out of this. I'm going to show you a video on how to use it, but first let's go ahead and share the recipe. So what you're going to do is blend together, and you'll see it in the video, 1 cup of raw honey. If you have a local beekeeper, buy from them. Even if it's a little extra, it's worth it. 1 cup of fresh lemon juice. You want 5 to 6 radishes, 1 small red onion. You want to go with 5 to 6 cloves of garlic. You'll mix all of this together, and we'll just talk about it right now on the video. So take a look right here real quick. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make your own homemade decongestant. And it's by items you probably already have in your kitchen. And this is something you don't have to worry about what's in it. This is something you're putting together. And I did want to tell you this. You need to keep it in the refrigerator for 2 weeks. And we're going to make some very simple ingredients. And again, this is all stuff that's extremely good for you. You've heard of garlic, how good garlic can be for you, and onion. So here's the recipe. What we're going to do is put to every couple of hours, by the way, you can take this, and it's really good for congestion in your lungs and in your sinuses. So we're going to use 1 cup of raw honey, 1 cup of fresh lemon juice. I'm going to put 5 to 6 radishes in here. These are a little bit small, so what I think I'm going to do, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put 7 because 2 of those are kind of small. And you'll have this when you're getting stuff from your garden, how that can be, so you have to worry about sizes. Now, another thing we're going to do is a small red onion. I have this big onion right here, so this is half of it, but I'm going to put 1/4 because that would equal the size of a small onion. And then we're going to have 5 to 6 cloves of garlic, and so I've got those right here. What we're going to do is put all these ingredients together, and we're going to put these into our blender. Make sure you got the little blade cutter down there the way it should be. Then what I'm going to do is put it in this bowl right here, and I'll have to tell you something you can use. It's going to save you some time. I don't want little bits and pieces. It would be okay if it were in there, but I'm going to make a simple syrup out of it. So what I'll do is my coffee filter is going to be right in here. I'll flatten it out a bit, and I'll tell you something else you need to do. If you're going to put a coffee filter in, this thing is inside out. And so what you do is you flatten it out, and then you just put it in the bottom of colander, something like that. Then I want the colander to be bigger than the bowl. And so what I'll do is after I get through blending this, all the pulp and everything is going to go down here. Now I'm going to save the pulp because you can use the pulp in stews, soups, whatever, so you'll still have some good ingredients here. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, let's go ahead and put in a cup of your freshly squeezed lemon juice. You can use real lemon if you want to. You don't have to do, exactly like that. I like to, if I'm going to use lemon and I'm going to use a bit of honey, honey and lemon are really good for you anyway if you've got a bad sore throat. So I always like to have this a little bit damp with my lemon juice. Then what I'm going to do, this is a cup. I'll go ahead and pour a cup of my honey right here for good measure. And honey is so beneficial, by the way. And if you have a local beekeeper in your area, you need to shop with your local beekeeper, okay? It's just going to be so much better for you than any store-bought. We're beekeepers here, and I love it. I'm going to be expanding it next year. I would like to have about 10 hives. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab a spoon, and please ignore the mess. I've been drying, you see these, I've been drying more. I've had a big crop of tomatoes this year, so I've been drying them. I was having the salsa left over from last year, and I'm seeing some blooms. I thought the cucumbers were done, so this is a cucumber right here that I went on ahead and dried it too, and these are good for you. Okay, so we talked about that in another show. Okay, let's use the spoon, and I'm going to get every last bit of that goodness of the honey, and we're going to put this in here. Okay, and then what we'll do, we'll put it in the blender again, and then we'll strain it, and then I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, let's go ahead, and I'm going to do, like I said, a quarter of a big red onion. So let's go ahead and put this in here. I'll put this over here to the side because I'll use that for something else. And again, we're going to use the pulp to this too, okay, because this will be good to go in stews and that kind of thing. Okay, make sure you get this part of the onion off. All of that goes. Okay, and you won't have to worry about crying because the blender's going to do it for you. The blender may be crying, but you won't be. Okay, and again, any part that I just don't want on the onion, I'm going to take that off. And it's always good to have a cutting board. I like this one. I have a big cutting board. And this one comes in handy just to do small things. I've had this for years. I don't even know. I think Brad was a baby when I got this. So, and again, you can do it in rough cut, rough pieces. You don't have to worry about hanging around too long with the onions because I don't want you to cry either. Okay, let's put that in there. I always like to put the wettest of the wet ingredients first. Again, beginning with the lemon juice. Okay, now let's get the radishes. And I'll have to tell you something I've noticed about these radishes. I save everything. Did you know that you can redo and replant over and over again? So it's another reason I'm using 8 radishes instead of the 6 to 7 radishes, because I'm keeping this part right here. See how that has a little root to it? We're going to put this in a bowl of water, just like that, and we'll put the rest of them in there too. We're going to see if we can root those. And this is the time of the year anyway to be planting your radishes. I mean, this is just free food, and you're just throwing it away if you don't do that. Okay, let's grab another one, and it's got enough of the radish to it. See, all I'm doing is saving these right here. I'm saving the roots. I'm going to throw that in there. And I'll have to tell you something else I'm thinking about doing. Why not go on ahead and put this part in there? We'll see what that does. We'll just see. So I'm going to put him in here too. Alright, let's put the radishes in there. Radishes are so good for you. There are so many vitamins and so many minerals that are associated with radishes as well. Oh, there's another one. I'm going to save him. Okay, so many things, you know, our grandparents and great-grandparents used to save everything. They just never threw anything away. And, wow, they got through depressions and all kinds of weird stuff going on with the government, didn't they? They got by just fine. Because they were self-sufficient. They knew how to survive. We're putting these in here. And it's fun to go back on those old things, you know, and that way you won't be hurting. If we were to have a supply problem, a supply change problem, we've had it. We've had plenty of touches of that. But if that happens again, you and I are going to be ready for it. Okay. And I probably don't have to cut these up in quarters. I just do. Okay, let's go ahead. And if there's a bad part on the radish, you want to take that off. Okay, again, there's a little root. We're going to see what happens. You know how to do it. Oops. Rinse that off just a little bit. Okay. There we go. I noticed I didn't get all the grit off of that one. So just toss him in the water and see what you can do. Alright, here's my last radish. Now, Another thing we're going to use is garlic cloves. So this said 5 or 6. I put 7. And you can do whatever you want to do. It's up to you. It's your garlic. And this will be your medicine, right? Okay, here's 1 garlic clove. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it up in another piece. And you want to take this little, I call it a little paper shell. You want to take that off as well. Yeah, I noticed Phil in church yesterday, he was coughing a lot, and I thought, man, I got to make some of this congestion. Decongestant. I'll get that out in just a minute. Okay, again, all that paper stuff goes off. I wonder if back in the day people would get some of this, I call it paper, off of the garlics. I wonder if you could do that and make paper for writing. I don't see why you couldn't. Use a tree, you could use a garlic clove. Of course, you'd smell like spaghetti or lasagna in school, wouldn't you? Alright, let's put some more in there. Excited about these garlics. Yeah, I've been getting ready for I call it the winter garden, fall winter garden. And there are things you can grow here in the South. It's things you can grow in Alabama, even when you get a little bit of cold weather. Doesn't hurt a thing. Alright, let's see. Let's put some more in here. And I'll have to tell you something else I do too. When I have a little bit more garlic than I don't really want to can with it or do anything with it, you can put it in a blender and chop it up really good and put it in the freezer. And then when you're ready to use some garlic in some of your dishes, well then. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple of the ingredients before we go into a commercial break. Honey and lemon juice. So let's talk about those before we go into break. Raw honey, first of all, find a local beekeeper, okay? It is going to be so worth it, and you're going to love how you feel. But raw honey has been used as a remedy throughout history, but it's a good source of antioxidants. And also raw honey nutrition has the following: calcium, magnesium, manganese, niacin, phosphorus, potassium, riboflavin, and also zinc. It's also a source of varying amounts of amino acids, enzymes, and other beneficial compounds. It's also antibacterial, antifungal properties there as well. Also heals wounds. You know, I've heard about that. You know, somebody gets injured, they get a little cut or something, and they'll go ahead and put a little honey on there. So also helps you with digestive issues as well. Okay, so that's the honey. Before we go into a commercial break, let's talk about the benefits of lemons. Lemons are good for you. You know, a lot of us take cough drops that have lemon and honey in it. And it's so good, and it's just so soothing also for your throat. But lemons are high in vitamin C, fiber, and they also have various beneficial plant compounds. Support heart health, helps in weight control, prevents kidney stones, protects against anemia, reduces the cancer risk. All of these things, I take this every day. It's not just when I have issues with my throat. Improves digestive health. The bottom line is lemons have a high amount of vitamin C, soluble fiber, and plant compounds that gives them a number of health benefits. Let's go into a commercial break, and we shall return in just a minute.
At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Okay, so we're back from the commercial breaks. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Donna, and I am your host of The Edge on IC Radio. We're talking health benefits. Why not make your own decongestant? You can. All these little simple ingredients. You know, people used to do stuff like this a long time ago, you know, before there were pharmacies and before you had, you know, problems with, you know, finding ingredients. And so this is just really good stuff. What you see there, that red part, is radishes. So let's talk about radishes, and then we're going to go into another video. So here are the there's more than four, but here are four of the health benefits of radishes. They're low in calories, and they also provide a range of nutrients. They also contain health protective compounds, antioxidants that may help fight cancer, and they may protect against diabetes as well. And that's what makes this such a really pretty color. And I love radishes. Now, if you can raise your own, more power to you, but you can also find some good deals at the farmer's market and even at the grocery store as a last resort. Let's look at another video. It's just a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to be right back with more of the health benefits of some of the ingredients we have here. Okay, so we finished. This was really loud, so I went ahead and turned it off because I knew it was probably getting on your nerves. So let's go ahead and turn this off, and putting some stuff in the sink right now for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's move this thing out of the way. I want to say this thing right here is old. You take good care of your stuff and keep it clean. It'll last forever. All right, put these in the sink as well. Alright, here we go. Now again, this is a bowl that is smaller than this colander. So I'll go ahead and start. And this would probably work, but I just want to make sure that every little thin piece of bits is out of it. And again, I'm going to save it because I think it'd be really good in some soups and some stews this year. So here we go. Let's go ahead and pour it in there. And it's going to do its thing. Again, there's little bits and pieces. We're going to have to pour it down and strain it. Now it's going to take a little bit for this to strain. Okay. And again, I want to make sure I've got every little piece. It looks like some kind of a syrup or something. And you could put a little sugar in it if you wanted to and make a sugar syrup out of it. But I don't like to do that. I'd rather just use it in its true form. Now, once everything strains out of this, what we'll do is keep this in a jar and keep it in the refrigerator. Again, it's going to keep up for about 2 weeks. Now, yes, it's for kids too. So for adults, adult can take 2 to 3 tablespoons. Children, I'd start with a half a teaspoon, just depending on how young they are. And so just a 1/2 to 1 to 2 tablespoons, depending on the age of the kids. I like the stuff to eat it. I think it tastes really good. So anyway, we'll come back in just a few minutes. We're going to give this time to strain through. Then I'm going to show you what it looks like in the jar. Okay, a bit more about radishes. Okay, they're really good for you. And again, I'll pull them out of the garden, just go ahead and pop them in my mouth. You need to wash them though to get all the grit off of them. Carry a little bowl of water with you, or maybe some bottled water, and just kind of rinse them off. Go ahead and pop them in your mouth as soon as you get them out of the garden. So let's talk about the compounds. The radishes contain health protective compounds. So as a member of the superfood veggie family, including cabbage and mustard, radishes contain natural sulfur containing substances. So researchers found that these compounds have been shown to reduce inflammation, protect cells against cancer causing agents, and interfere with the growth of cancer cells. So if you find somebody a friend or a relative who has cancer, buy them a big box of radishes. Antioxidants may also help fight cancer. So antioxidants have indeed been shown to play a role in reducing inflammation. That's what makes a lot of us sick, is inflammation, and that's arthritis and all those different things. Also protecting cells from damage to fend off premature aging and disease. In a comprehensive review published by the journal Nutrients, look this up, researchers noted that radishes, which have been used in folk medicine since ancient times, provide several types of antioxidants. They knew something, didn't they? Much smarter than we give them credit for. These are found in the veggie's edible root, as well as the sprouts, the seeds, and the leaves. So scientists believe the natural compounds may help guard against certain cancers, including cervical, breast, prostate, colon, liver, and lung cancer. They also, radishes need to be your friend. Radishes may protect against diabetes. So a popular health metrics study projected that by 2060, if we're all still here, the number of U.S. adults diagnosed with diabetes would nearly triple. This is while eating more radishes alone won't negate the risk. Research shows a beneficial relationship between the veggie and the disease. Love radishes. And again, this is something that you can do in a juice. Now, in the refrigerator, just wanted to mention this, in the refrigerator, this jar is going to last you about 2 weeks, okay? But we'll have this done. We'll drink it all in 2 weeks. You can also get it and put it in a smaller container and put it in the freezer if you'd like to do that. And just get it out maybe when the family starts getting sick. And again, you can see all that pulp. I left it in there. That's why you want to shake it up really good. Take a couple of tablespoons of it. The recommended amount that is suggested for adults is 2 to 3 tablespoons. Children, 1 to 2 tablespoons every couple of hours, and this will relieve congestion in your lungs and in your sinuses. This is a great thing for me since I have asthma. Let's look at another video. This is just a couple of minutes as well, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished with the decongestant, and I went on ahead and I strained it. Now, we like a little bit of just a little bit of the pulp in it. I mean, it's good to me. So I just wanted to show you something real quick. Now, you'll need to kind of stir it just a little bit, maybe shake the jar. See how pretty it is? I think the radishes are probably what make this color. But this is a good decongestant if you have asthma, if you have a cold coming on. Take about a tablespoon of this. Now, this is a little bit less, but I love this. I love the taste of this. And again, the kids are going to like it too. And I think if you didn't add the honey, now honey has its own properties, but I think it would taste a little different if it didn't have the honey in there. Now, another thing I've told you about this before, if you have maybe a little bit of an overflow of onion or garlic, go on ahead and put that in your blender. And I'm leaving the juice. See, I've got the juice in there as well. So we come in, and let's just say we decide we'd like to have, I don't know, some hamburger meat, and maybe put a little bit of onion, garlic, whatever with it. What I like to do is get this in a bag. Now get the good Ziploc bags, okay? Get as much of the air out as you possibly can. And so this is what I've been telling you that I like to do with some of my stuff. And again, you can just break off what you want. So this, let a little bit of air out. Okay, just be careful where some of this stuff doesn't come out and get all over the counter. Okay, so here we go. Make sure now that you've got it good and sealed up. So this is what I like to do. I'll go on ahead, got all the air out, and I'll just kind of put it like this. Okay, and I kind of make a little envelope with it. Then what I'm going to do is put this in a nice level place in the freezer. And then let's just say I come in and I want to make some burgers, or I want to make maybe some soup or some stew or something, and I don't have any onion. Ooh, I remember I've got some in the freezer. So what I'll do is it'll crack open, and you just open up the bag and you'll crack off whatever it is that you want. That way you're not wasting anything. Thank you so much for watching. In just a few minutes, we're going to go into the properties of what does honey do for you, lemon juice, radishes, red onions, and cloves. So we're going to garlic cloves. So we'll talk about that shortly. And I'm back. Now let's talk just for a few minutes about, before we have to close, about the health benefits of onions and garlic. And this is something else that's very surprising. In this decongestant right here, you won't taste the onions, and also you will not taste the garlic, but it's good for you. So real quick, let's go through that. Now onions, especially the red onions, okay, they have a lot of, and every onion has many antioxidants, also helps with blood sugar levels, improve digestive health. All of these ingredients do the same thing. Loaded with nutrients, anti-inflammatory properties, may keep certain cancers at bay, reduces the risk of Alzheimer's disease. We're all worried about that, right? Also, great source of vitamin C, supports bone health, and it's also antibacterial. So let's talk about the 8 benefits of garlic. So why is it healthy for you? We're seeing almost the same pattern. Okay, garlic helps to boost your body's immune system. It also helps to reduce high blood pressure. Garlic helps reduce cholesterol levels. Garlic also helps prevention of cancer. And also garlic has antibiotic properties. Garlic may prevent Alzheimer's and dementia. And garlic can also improve athletic performance. Absolutely. So again, this is the recipe real quick, and I'll also have this ready for you on my blog. Okay, 1 cup of raw honey, 1 cup of fresh lemon juice, 5 to 6 radishes, 1 small red onion, 5 to 6 garlic cloves. That's all there is to it. And again, this will keep in your fridge for just about 2 or 3 weeks, if it lasts that long. Because I promise you, by the time the whole family gets some of this, have your neighbors, give them some for a gift, put it in a cute little jar, and give it to them for a Christmas present. They'll love it. And who knows, you'll probably be bottling your own. Again, thank you so much for watching The Edge. My name is Donna, and I am your host. And it's always so good to be with you every day, Monday through Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. Central. Again, thank you for watching.